Hello everyone! Welcome back to Twilight's Reach. When we last left off, I started digging out a mine area. And I let a little bit of time pass since then, kind of gather some resources, try to get my bread situation back to normal, because they have not been doing very good on keeping up with the bread. So I decided, you know what, they should just stockpile for now until the field is completely grown with wheat, and then I'll slowly reintroduce bread to their diets, and maybe then I won't have to be worrying about them constantly using up all of the wheat and flour and always having to have more. So they're gonna be living on a fruit diet for a while, which is okay, except we also don't really have very much fruit. In fact, food is kind of absent for us. We've like constantly been eating it all. Stop eating so much, guys. Seriously. Well, while I was getting that situated, a dwarven merchant showed up, and I looked at his wares. He was willing to buy quite a few different things, but he was also selling a large amount of iron, so I went ahead and bought all of it, because that's going to come in handy. So, let's let the game get going again. They're going to gather up all the mud that I told them to sell to the guy. Yeah, you can sell your mud. Which I think is actually a pretty good deal. I mean, you can use mud to make glass, but you need a smelter to do that, and in order to get a smelter you need iron. So I'm basically trading the material I would use to make glass for the material I would need to make the machine that makes glass, if that makes any sense at all. I'm also going to go ahead and introduce fish to their diets. Now they're going to be constantly using up all the fish that they catch because that's what they're going to end up doing, but it'll replace bread for now and allow me to start stockpiling wheat. Okay, so we want to just simply make a fishing set. Did I make a wooden bucket yet? Yes, I did. Good. Okay. So we'll make the fishing set and pop it right there. Somebody will get to that eventually. So, I am trying out the Mio energy water shot things. I don't know what they are. I might have put a little bit too much in my first glass. It's fruit punch and it's a little bit strong. Just a tiny amount, a bit overpowering on the flavor. Which isn't bad because that means it's a pretty good bargain, really. You don't need to use very much and it'll taste good. Yeah, I better have them go gather fruit because they're already out of fruit. Good news is that they are getting wheat stockpiled. And I actually looked at the wiki and it gave a good suggestion. Basically, take the amount of bread you want to have, double it, and that's how much wheat you should have planted at all times. Because it takes 2 wheat to make a flour and 1 flour to make bread. Actually, I think that on the wiki it basically said to do 4 times the amount of wheat. So that we have a double surplus of flour and a double surplus of wheat to make the flour. And honestly, you actually don't need, apparently, a bread per citizen. Apparently 5 is enough to feed 11 people. Not sure how well that works, but we'll try it out. And there's one other thing I want to do. I want to get a orchard going, so that way they can just be growing their own apples and pears without having to go and collect it from the trees every time. Hello, rooster. Would you guys hurry up and get all that mud? Well, at least happiness is okay. They never seem to sleep in these bunk beds though, so I think that was a bit of a mistake, making all these. I'll probably just tear them down and let them sit there, and next time a merchant comes by that buys furniture, I'll just sell all the beds to them. What do I have for gathering the wheat anyway? Only 8. That's not enough. We want to have 20 at all times, apparently. And for flour, apparently we want 10 at all times. And these food barrels are actually going to be very useful for that. Disable all, but only allow wheat. Disable all, only allow wheat. Disable all, only allow flour. Okay, that's a prepared food. We want the raw food. Disable all that for now. We'll allow sugarcane and sugar. There, harvest all that. Just go do it. You need all the fruit you can get. And we do have one person fishing, which is good. And we have the kitchen, which can... She just ate the fish raw. You don't want to eat the fish raw, you silly person. Eating raw fish is not good for you. It gives you snail power. I remember what I said I was going to do last time. I was saying I was going to try making a farm. No, I'm not going to do that at all. Reason being, apparently making a farm is kind of foolish, because your animals will eat your wheat, and your villagers would rather give your animals wheat before they feed themselves, apparently. Kind of silly, but whatever, I guess. Do I have enough wheat yet? Almost. There. So now we have a small stockpile of wheat. Once the field is actually fully grown, I'm going to start making bread. So it's a long process, and they're not going to be too happy. In fact, they're already pretty much at 0 happiness. But it has to be done. Sorry, guys. Just be happy with your fruit. It's not the most filling thing, I know, but at least you'll get something in your tummy. So, let's see, if we're going to include cake in the diet too, though... Let's see, a cake needs 1 flour and 1 sugar each. So if I was going to be making, like, 5 cakes... Actually, I should just make cake instead, not bread at all. Cake is way better. Eat it in the same amount of time, but... So it's going to require a little bit more resources then. So we would want, let's see, in order to make 5 cakes at a time, we would want 10 flour still, but we would also want 10 sugar cubes, which requires 2 sugar cane each, so we would want 20 sugar cane. Disable all. They will fix this eventually. Disable all. And disable all. Alright, so this one is going to have sugarcane. This one's going to have sugarcane. This one's going to have sugar. And we will allow this to have raw fish. And no sugar. So, this is working out pretty decently. We have the amount of sugar we need now, which is good. Oops. Phone is ringing. Okay, so the one problem I have right now, since we're going to be doing cake instead, is that the sugarcane field is a little bit small for this. How to fix that? Let's see, it's 2 by 6, so that's only 12. And you would want to have at least 20, so I think we're just going to do that. 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll plant the sugarcane on there as well. Yep, see you later, merchant. Dwarven merchants are kind of interesting, aren't they? They basically drive a tank around. Alright. Go back to the planting area, get the sugarcane ready. There we go. Maybe I should do more like a combo, like 3 cake and 3 bread. Technically I wouldn't need as much sugarcane, but I think sugarcane might grow a little bit slower than the wheat does, so let's start out the bread. Wrong menu. Alright, we'll start off with 1, and once they actually have 1 bread in the stockpile instead of in their belly, managing the food is probably the most difficult thing I've found so far. Alright, so he's gonna eat the bread, and then they're gonna start the next loaf. And I think someone else will probably eat the bread too. Yep. But the important thing is that the bread is filling them up faster. Actually, sugarcane might not grow that slow at all. It just never pay attention to how fast it grows. We'll leave it as 1 bread for now. So what else can I have them do in the meantime? Right, they still need to fully equip themselves. They need boots. So we'll give them some wooden boots, which honestly sounds like a great way to get some splinters. So how's our sugar stockpile doing? Now right now the game really looks like it's just all about managing their production lines and stuff. It's not all about that. I mean, production lines are a pretty major important part of the game because they need to constantly be making themselves food and materials and stuff to keep the town going, but eventually it's when you dig down deep enough you get to check out the dungeon area. And then they need to build a tavern so that heroes will want to come to your town and they'll go exploring the dungeon area and you can get some cool materials out of that. Let's see. Making flour, that's good. Sugar is all there. Got 12 sugar canes, so they're gonna get that eventually. Basically when this is all full and they're not gathering anymore and the field is all grown, that's when you want to start making the cake. I also want them to start gathering this because I have 4 cactus spots and those need to get filled with cactus plants so they can get some cactus fruit and eat that too. Okay. And a merchant's on the way again. Let's see, what kind of merchant are you? A binky merchant. Unlock, that's what you want to do. Because no one sleeps in these anyway. I'll have to look on the wiki to see where you use these dormitory beds then. And there's the Pinky Merchant. He's ready to trade, so let's take a look at what he's got. He has mainly furniture. Some useful items, but it's mainly furniture. There's a got Prontos the Architect's Table. I don't really know what that is at all. But I can build one myself eventually, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I can buy some more candles from him, I guess. Let's see. Sell you the flowers. Bamboo, because I don't really have a use for that. Got a couple bits of mud. I can't sell you furniture, though. That's disappointing. Oh, we'll trade. I wonder if I should build another fish thing there. Maybe try to get more fish. I shouldn't have to though, it should be fine. Check the stockpiles. Hey, we have enough sugarcane finally. Great. So now we just need to let the sugarcane field grow. someone fought a froggy. Guess a froggy wandered too far away from the swamp. Stupid frog. Alright, so she's cooking up a fish, and that bread got eaten already. And someone's gonna end up eating that fish before it even gets in the food. Well, before it stays in the food pile very long, anyway. Oh, come on, you didn't eat that. They're way more hungry than you. Ah, they're so greedy. They don't let each other eat. Here, gather all the fruit. All the fruit you can. There's combat in progress right now. You know, something I actually realized I don't have yet is medical area. I should get that set up. Let's see, we need... We'll just set it up right here. It doesn't need to be very big. Alright, so in the hospital area you need preferably a bed as well as a medical cabinet. Really, you just need the medicine cabinet, but the bed helps people recover faster. So, like that, and they'll get that built on their own time. Alright. And the Pinky Merchant is taking off. Actually, I could make an anvil now. I just need a pair of tongs, which you make at the bench anyway. And a stone hammer. Let's see. So we'll make one stone hammer. And a pair of tongs. And that will allow us to make an anvil. I don't really have any idea where I want to be putting up the forge right now. I suppose as a temporary area, I'll just for now, put it right here. Won't stay there. Eventually I'll have buildings for most of these areas I have out in the open. And they're supposed to work way better if they're inside of a building, so... Put that there. I could make a stove. So let's see, we've used 2 iron, this will use 3. I think that means we have 4 left. This will use most of that. So I won't be able to make the stove at all, but... oh well. Alright, so I think I'll go ahead and end this episode here. I will keep playing a little bit though, and when the wheat field is finally catching up to our demand for wheat, I will increase the amount of bread we're making and basically after I've got all the production line stuff pretty much caught up, I will rejoin you guys. So hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave. I will see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.